Late at night, as you're drifting off to bed, has your mind ever started digging deep into those memories and bringing about little flashes of images or videos of media you had long since forgotten? A television show, a movie, a song, a little bit of your childhood you only vaguely remember. Well, it happened to me one night. I could recall a weird puppet with a light bulb shaped head. I couldn't remember almost anything else, the title of the show, the name of the character, nothing. Except for one thing, that it came on Nick Jr.
Nick Jr. is here just for you. Nick Jr. is here just for you.
That's right, Nick Jr., the programming block that usually aired from 8 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. and had shows catered to the preschooler demographic. This was before it would have its own channel and was still part of the original Nickelodeon channel airtime. The programming block was originally introduced in 1988 with original shows such as Pinwheel,
Pinwheel, Pinwheel, where have you been? Hello, how are you? And may I come in?
Eureka's Castle,
Who, me?
No, you! Don't you see?
Eureka's Castle.
and The World of David the Gnome.
Look around you. There are many things to see.
In hopes of capturing some of the audience that PBS had been building up for decades. I plan on going over some of these shows into more depth later down the line on this channel, so today, let's fast forward a bit to 1994. September 5th to be exact. Nick Jr. got a facelift, a new logo, and introduced an announcer.
Hi there, Face here. Now it's time for Nick Jr. to take a short break.
Meet Face, the colorful square mascot that would fill up the entire television set and occasionally would have skits of his own. Like most of the Nickelodeon blocks, it did air ads, mainly aimed at children, but every now and then there would be a short. And this is where my mind wandered. For I do remember one short that I'll get to in a bit, but the one I was thinking about at night I could not figure out. Thankfully, Wikipedia exists and I soon found my answer. The shorts were called Nick Jr.'s Little Big Room.
Hi, welcome to the Little Big Room.
It starred two puppets, a blue female puppet named Jam and a yellow puppet with a light bulb shaped head named Flexi. These shorts that ran from 1994 to 1998 were usually a minute or two at best and would see these two puppets interacting in a very vibrant room, acting out small ventures a usual preschooler for the time would have, like writing a poem, pretending to be cowboys, or mimicking each other. They would occasionally have a human or two on set to interact with. Unfortunately, I could not find out any info about this series other than the video footage. These shorts never had any credits, and the IMDb page is blank. The closest info I could find was a fan wiki article that listed most of the episodes. Thankfully, a YouTuber by the name of Blue Frog uploaded almost 45 minutes worth of episodes to YouTube back in 2020, and I'll have a link to the video in the description. Now, surely you think after figuring out the name of the sleep. Nope, I went down a rabbit hole. For you see, Wikipedia had a list of almost every short series that ever played on Nick Jr., and while I didn't recognize the name of most on this list, there were 5 other short series that I was very familiar with. So today I want to go over these 5 in the hopes that some of you are watching this at 2 o'clock in the morning and this will ease your mind enough to go back to sleep. The first show is one I actually did remember the name and the shorts itself. Some of you may be familiar with this as it seems to have gotten a second life in the way of Facebook posts. I'm of course talking about the cartoon Ambi and Dexter. A relaxing show using watercolors with hands being represented by 2 children creating wonderful pieces of art. The name, if you did not know, is a play on the word ambidextrous, which means a person that is able to use both their left and right hands equally instead of being only dominant with one. Ambi and Dexter ran from 1997 to 2003 and was animated by husband and wife duo Paul and Sandra Fierlinger. They both have an extensive resume in animation from Sesame Street to Shining Time Station. They even directed a film together in 2009 titled My Dog Tulip. And this is where my investigation into this show got interesting. It appears Sandra Fierlinger has her own YouTube page and has uploaded the entire Ambi and Dexter series to it. It gets even more interesting when you watch the video. Again, link in the description, because it starts with a production card that includes the name, the producers, music, production manager, and open title art director, and possibly the date of when they originally aired. They all have the same date, so I can't be certain, but they could have all been sprinkled out throughout the 6-hour block, seeing as each is only about 2 minutes long. Definitely go and check out her page after this. Next, I found probably my favorite Nick Jr. short series, Joey's Lunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beans and rice, presenting Joey's Lunch.
A stop-motion series about lunch food inside a lunchbox. It was a very simple series. The lunchbox would move on screen, open up, and then the food items would come to life. I specifically remember the Barbershop Quartet and the Tango. They were silly shorts as well, not really trying to teach how to eat healthy or advertising any specific food brands, just food in motion. This series aired from 1996 to about 2003, and each episode was roughly 40 seconds long. Unfortunately, just like Little Big Room, there wasn't much else to go on. Even the IMDb page is completely blank on credits. The same can be said about this next series, Max and His Alphabet Adventures.
Max and his Alphabet Adventures.
Hello. My name is Max, and this is my friend the letter I.
Which ran from 1993 to 1996. Now, this was a show I had completely forgotten about until I looked up the animation. Max's design was actually very influential in my drawing techniques. Heck, he still kind of is. The show was about a boy, Max, telling bedtime stories about his adventures with specific letters of the alphabet, with many of the specifics about each adventure starting with whatever letter Max is having an adventure with. As I said earlier, a lot of these short series have little to no information about them. No credits, IMDb, or even a Wikipedia article. Which, surprise surprise, can be said about Abby's Friends. A puppet series that ran from 1994 to 1997 and was about a group of plush toys having fun while their owner was not in the room with them. Think Jim Henson's The Christmas Toy. This show probably has the least info about it online, as even the fan wiki only lists the titles of 3 episodes. Thankfully, there are a few episodes floating about on YouTube these days. Even one YouTuber by the name of The Nostalgic Maniac even uploaded a compilation just last May, link down in the description. Finally, I want to end on probably the show I saw the least on Nick Jr., What's the Buzz with Filomina Fly.
What's the Buzz with Filomina Fly, starring me, Filomina Fly,
which aired from 1995 to 2004. Want to guess what I was able to find out about this show? That's right, absolutely nothing. This show was probably the least interesting to me personally, but I did want to include it because I do remember it, and possibly many of you watching do as well. It was about a fly that would mainly do voiceover about certain everyday topics like a firehouse, bakery, garbage truck, and dog parks. It had very little animation, with the majority of each of its 1.5-minute shorts being live action footage of said subjects. And that is just some of the many Nick Jr. shorts, with most of them unfortunately being lost to time. Outside of the YouTube videos, it appears almost none of the shorts were included in any sort of physical media, and it seems many of the videos on YouTube are possibly from someone's private VHS collection that they just happened to have recorded. I hope that someday many of this lost media resurfaces, and I hope that it has ignited a spark in some of y'all's memories. If you're watching this at 2 o'clock in the morning, I hope you are able to go back to sleep. Until next time, thank you and have a good day or night, and bye-bye.
Was Joey's Lunch.
Have y'all had some juice today?